Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we have my review of Man of Steel, which was directed by Zach Snyder and came out in 2013, which is insane. I mean, to most people it probably isn't, but to me, I remember going to see that in cinema. I was so excited. Back then, I loved Superman Returns. I haven't seen it in a good few years. I think it was the first Superman reboot, live action anyway, I'm not entirely sure, but I was buzzing to see it, watched it, I loved it back then, but I haven't watched it much since, so I decided to watch it again today, and I actually had a pretty good time with it. This was the first entry into the then yet unnamed DCEU, and yeah, there will be spoilers for Man of Steel in this video. So this film is more of an origin story, I think. It's not like entirely origin story, it's more of a becoming Superman, if that makes sense. Obviously it opens on Krypton, and it's already setting itself apart from the Christopher Reeve movies, and it's nice to see a natural civilization and a difference to the crystallized stuff. Now don't get me wrong, I actually think the crystallized stuff looked decent in the original films, but it's nice to see a change, and it's beautiful. The CGI and the camera work that Snyder uses, it makes Krypton feel beautiful and alive, which adds a layer of emotion to when we see it destroyed, and it's actually pretty upsetting. The majority of the scenes with Clark as a kid are really great, it really adds to his character, and I think they do a really good job creating a really compelling Superman in this film and in Batman v Superman, which a lot of people disagree with, but I think he's really compelling. I really like him thanks to the writing, direction, and Henry Cavill's performance, who by the way is absolutely incredible. He's perfect for this version of Superman. I think it's fine to have different versions. The Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill versions are almost totally different people, but yeah. I really like how the S on Superman's chest signifies hope and isn't just a symbol for Superman. I think that's really nice. I think it keeps a fundamental aspect of the character, and even though these films are darker and grittier than some of the old Superman films, it keeps the key aspect that he is trying to be a symbol of hope and that he wants to be, and that some people do see him as almost a god. Hans Zimmer's score is great, and most of the time it is, let's be real. I mean, if you tell me you can watch this scene without wanting to punch the air, then I think you're lying.
Them accomplish wonders.
In the second act we get Zod's reintroduction as he finds Earth, and it's really well done. It's really creepy and intimidating, and speaking of Zod, he's actually a pretty good villain in my opinion. I buy his motivation, it's understandable. I don't think he's a great character around. I think he could have had more to him about when he was on Krypton, but we know he was the head of the military on Krypton, and we know that he just wants Krypton to stay alive. He wants to save his race. That's what he feels his sole purpose is, and that's totally understandable, of course. And Michael Shannon does a really great job with that character as well, making him a physical threat and just fun to watch. Henry Cavill does a great job, as I said, and the scene where Clark flies back to his mother, or Martha,
Why did you say that name?
Is a great scene, and from that moment onwards the film just kicks ass. I think that's the best way to describe it.
I don't know.
Where is the codex? You think you can threaten my mother?
I know a lot of people don't like the absolute destruction that goes on, but I like it because they deal with it in Batman v Superman in an understandable way, in almost a response to the fan reaction from that. And obviously in this film we get the first hint of Batman and Superman being in the same universe, and with the Wayne satellite. When I didn't see that first watch, but we came out and my sister was like, "Did you see the Wayne satellite?" I was like, but I really like the final act. I think it's very entertaining. At the very least, I think you have to admit it is entertaining. Unfortunately, I don't love the entire film though. I'm very mixed on Jonathan Kent. I think he's portrayed really well, or performed really well even, and on one hand it seems like he really cares about Clark, which is really nice and really compelling, but on the other hand it seems like he doesn't care about anyone else, which is unfortunate. And his death scene is probably the one flashback that I don't enjoy in this film, because I feel like his death should be something that Clark cannot stop, like a heart attack or something like that. I think it was a heart attack in the original, whereas while it's nice that Clark respected and trusted his dad in not showing who he really is, he could have still easily saved him, and I think that takes away a bit from the impact, and just, you know, just he could have easily lived on from that point. The pacing in the first act is a bit messy to me as well, because we go from Clark's ship falling to Earth to Clark in the modern day, to then Clark as a kid, to then Lois, to then Clark now, to then Clark as a kid again, and it's a bit all over the place, and they're not like bad scenes, but it just could have been put together a bit better in my opinion. The final thing, also saying Lois, I don't really like her in this film, or I mean she is likeable, but she doesn't have any character to her. She's just a damsel in distress. Amy Adams does a good job with what she's given, but unfortunately that isn't much, and yeah, she's just kind of there because it's a Superman film and Lois Lane needs to be there, but yeah. I think overall this is actually a pretty solid film. I think it's pretty overhated actually, and I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's the best DC film, but with that said, I'm gonna rename my tiers for the rating system because I want to make it more film related than I was trying to be ironic and funny, but I don't know, it just wasn't working. So the best tier, the top tier, is going to be 4K obviously, then it's going to be Blu-ray, then it's going to be DVD, and then it's going to be VHS. And I put Man of Steel in Blu-ray, just edging above DVD for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. As always, this was just my opinion. It's fine if you disagree or agree or have a totally different opinion. Let me know what you did think of Man of Steel in the comments below. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.